stop. Family shop. Think Thayer. Come on, let's get rolling. Come on, let's get moving. Think Thayer.
Well, I think our fans could tell this was a game that was very physical. I know our kids could. Bradley's team could feel that way too. And we played them last year right before Christmas time, won at their place, and finishes up a second game of a 2-game contract of a home-and-home series, and they wanted to take it back to us today. So we knew we would get a really good shot from them, and we did. They had a lead, a 3-point lead with 5.5 to play, and they had kids step up and make a bunch of shots. I mean, that team hit 10 threes against us. And they won at Detroit on Friday night. We won against Illinois State here, so both teams had a battle of one-day prep. And in my opinion, one-day preps are very difficult until you can understand what you need to do mentally, until you have experience to handle more of those later on in the season. So both teams have one-day prep for this game, a little rest in between, and we've developed obviously a rivalry. So as I said, it was very physical. They took us out of a number of our plays, but with that said, I thought our team responded well today. We did a good job of holding them in 2 separate quarters to single digits. I thought we did an excellent job of out-rebounding them by 24. It's nice to have post players again where we can do that. We did not have a stat like that previously, and we got to the foul line. We made 19 of 20, and that was a big stat. First game against Illinois State, we were 15 of 18. So those were big keys, and we needed some easy buckets and some easy points at the foul line to counteract their 10 3-pointers. But they only made 8 field goals all game. But I was really impressed with the way the team finished, especially in that last 5:30 being down. We haven't been in a situation like that. And as I said earlier, one-day preps become easier the more you have them later on in the season and get some underneath your belt. And being down, until you've been down, you don't know how or potentially who may step up. And we had different kids step up. Having 4 kids in double figures and Kennedy Kirkpatrick with 9, that's good balance, and that's something that I think our kids will continue to have throughout the season. Questions?
Question for the genius who got Santoro into the game those final 5 minutes. Will you just talk a little bit about the spark that she gave you?
Carly is the 10th leading scorer in the state of Ohio. The kid can score. She has battled an injury in her high school career. She has overcome that and is just a scorer. There's kids that are shooters, and there's kids that are scorers, and that kid's a scorer. Now, with that said, Miriam Justinger led us in points and 3-pointers the last game against Illinois State. I thought Kennedy Kirkpatrick gave us good minutes. Rachel Myers starts ahead of Carly. So we've got five wings for two spots. So we're going to go to a hot player, and then we're going to go to, if you're not, then we got to give somebody else a chance. And I told that kid after the game I was very impressed with her maturity, because she stepped up when her number was called and wasn't upset that her number didn't get called sooner. And to me, that speaks volumes to the type of kid she is, to the type of player she is, to the type of kid, how she was raised. Her father was her high school coach as well, and she just had some ice water in her veins too. We called that one quick hit for her where she scored 94 feet, and she heard footsteps behind her with Kat yell, and she was able to make that easy bucket, and I thought that was a big backbreaker in addition to the 2 threes before.
I hear what you're saying about her being a scorer, but she also gave you 2 very big steals, and the other basically broke their press, went the length of the court, and found Lauren for an easy layup. Can you just talk a little bit about the well-roundedness there?
She stepped up when she needed to, and I'm very proud of her. And I know other kids on our team can do that as well, and today was her turn. So I will expect other people to step up as well, and I'll continue to expect her to step up. But if someone's not on, I have confidence in someone else will step up. And that's the challenge sometimes in coaching, is you want kids to have that self-confidence, but sometimes 18 to 22-year-olds are challenged with self-confidence when others have more in them than themselves. And that's a kid that she is a self-confident kid, and she made shots when she needed to.
You talked a little bit about the defense in the fourth quarter, but they were especially riddling you with threes. What kind of adjustments did you make in the fourth quarter? I don't think they made a three in the fourth. I might be wrong there, but.
To be honest, I think they just started missing with their threes. They're 10 of 32. It's kind of stated in the obvious, but they had, sometimes you can make threes when you're up and when momentum is on your side, but when you need a three when you're behind, it's a little bit more difficult. So some of their late threes were threes trying to play catch up in that last 5 minutes and 39 seconds.
What just the impact the freshmen will have this year? Obviously, Sydney's off to a good start in the first two games, and Carly makes a difference today. Just what kind of impact they're all going to have?
Well, I think the impact that the freshman will have will be the same impact that a sophomore has, and the same impact that a junior has, and the same impact that a senior has. And in my opinion, they're going to rely on each other a lot, and doesn't matter when the game, anywhere, anytime during the game, but someone's number is going to get called. And when you see people score, one thing that I'm really proud about our program, year in and year out, and even before I came to Bowling Green, others cheered for, those on the bench cheered for those on the floor. And you saw the excitement when shots were made. We got that for the 40 minutes, in my opinion, and that makes a big difference. So a class is simply a name, and I'd rather call them scorers and shooters than anything else, but that may not be the answer you're looking for, Thomas, but if you had to ask me, I would say I expect them to make an impact just like I expect everybody else on this team to make an impact.
You talked about the physicality of the game, Coach. Is that what you attribute to struggles from the field? Obviously, free throw line, 10 for 10 first half. You know, I couldn't put the ball in the ocean there for a while.
Yeah, in fact, I have no clue why either coach was called for a technical, because I felt like I was at the foul line sometimes and he was at the three-point arc, and it was, both of us were complaining and wanting some calls and hand checks at different areas, and there were some legal screens, and there was a lot of contact. People were falling down, no fouls, and a lot of play on, and I understand that, but like I said, it was a rivalry that started last year at their place. But with that said, that's a really talented Bradley team. And Whitney Tingham, and especially, she's a Pac-12 transfer from Washington State, and that kid can flat out score. For her to get into foul trouble, I think that was beneficial for us. Yet, you want to talk about a freshman stepping up, Gabby Green for them, and Emily SU as well. They made big shots when they needed it as well. So there were a lot of young ones that made big shots in crunch time for both teams.
Talk about Lauren's presence under the basket. We've never had a gal of that size, a presence defensively under the basket, 4 blocks. 7 for the team for the game. It's got to be nice to have her on the other side of these.
4 blocks, yeah, 4 blocks, double tonight, but 5 fouls. So we have to stop fouling. We have 17 team fouls, and that number has got to go down significantly for me to be a lot happier. But you're correct. She brings a presence, just like Abby Seifker brings a presence. The two of them got to play together, but we've recruited a handful of kids as well that will bring height in next year to our program as well.
I guess those 8 assists too. You're a little stuck on that. Your second was a little better.
We took some 4 shots because of the physicality, as you called it, and people just wanted to make plays, and I appreciate that, and I'll give kids the green light with that. But I also like to be patient at certain times, and with that said, we had a lot of different people contribute. No matter if they scored or rebound or got a steal here or there or cheering on the bench, and that's what the intangible that I think that can make this team special.
Can you you kind of opened the door a little bit mentioning your newcomers. Can you take just a moment and talk a little bit about each of the 4?
Yep, Maurice, in fact, and David Thebe from marketing did a great job in promoting some slides up there, so our fans got to see some action photos of the 4 kids that we signed. Andrea Cecil from Oak Harbor, plays for Tom Contact over there, and AAU Toledo Thunder with Keyshawn Johnson. Then you have Claire Gloniak, a post player, or sorry, Andrea 6'1", can play multiple positions. Claire Gloniak is a true 5, 6'2", 6'3", depending upon how many pairs of socks she wears, but from Flushing, Michigan. Played for Larry Ford, who had a daughter that played for Eastern Michigan, and I've known his program for a long time. Then you have Rion Thompson out of Lima Senior, 5'10", versatile guard, and I think she's a good playmaker, and I think her best days are ahead of her as well. And she also same AAU team as Andrea Cecil, but Lima Seniors produced Karin Horn, 1,000-point scorer for us, so we're fortunate to keep those two kids close to home. And last but not least, going in alphabetical order, Jane Euchre from Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's is 6'3". She'll remind a lot of our fans of Jen Ewell. She's a great pick and pop kid, runs the floor, doesn't get tired, and has ability to score outside and inside. And I think that group will complement each other really well as a group, and then they'll complement our program. Our kids already in our program now, but we signed 4. We've received all letters of intent, and a handful of them have been here already to our first 2 games.
Euchre and Gloniak are both posts in your eyes?
Yes, Gloniak's a 5 and Euchre is a 4.
And then Cecil, though, more of a perimeter player
She
despite
can
her
play
size?
the 3,
Okay.
4.
Okay, and then do you see Thompson as a point guard or more of a wing
She
player?
can play 2, 3, 1, and she can play multiple positions as well on the perimeter. So we go 5'10", 6'1", 6'2", 6'3" is our signing class.
And with the 4 scholarships that you've offered and have been accepted, where do you sit scholarship-wise?
We're 15.
Okay, that you're losing 4, so well, if things play out as they are now, there will be none to give.
Correct.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.